Good to see Bobby Cannavale and Paul Rudd. Good to see you guys right here.
Good to see you.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to introduce you while you took a big sip of water from my mug.
Right.
Spit it out. It's okay.
Don't worry about it.
You good? Good to see you guys.
It's great to see you, Rich.
Now, you guys have the tabloids sitting there right in front of you, the New York Post and the Daily News. And do you take delight in the Mets having a problem, Bobby, with being a Yankee fan? Are you one of those guys?
I'm not actually because only because of that Subway Series was so good. I mean, we won, but but it made me want to see that every year.
Yeah.
So I don't mind the Mets being good. It doesn't bother me.
Now you got. Tell me that story you were telling me about
Harvey?
Matt Harvey, where you guys were.
We went to when the Royals won the World Series.
Team.
We were sitting next to each other. We went to the game together, and we were down right by the
next to the dugout.
Yeah.
Take it, Bobby.
And then Harvey came out. That ninth inning was about to start, and Harvey came down the dugout, and Terry Collins, we could tell he was telling him that he was going to bring in a relief pitcher, and Harvey was not having it. Right next to us, just saying, "I'm not getting out of this game. I'm staying in."
He's dropping the
F-bomb. We were like,
so you got
Paul, he's not coming out. He refused to come out of the game, and that's when Paul turned to me and said,
"The Royals are going to win the World Series."
You sensed it right then and there.
I sensed it. I said, "Oh." They went out, and then then that inning happened.
It did,
and that's when I grabbed your arm and said, "The Royals are going to win the World Series." And then I took a picture in that moment, and we're surrounded by Mets fans. But I was, I knew then.
Were you rocking your Royals garb?
Yeah,
at City.
I was, but I don't want to be one of those guys. I'm not like the getting in the face of the opposing. I always admire anybody that goes to an opposing stadium in their team's gear. That's a fan. I give it up to anybody that does that, as long as they're not jerks.
Mm-hmm. That was the happiest night of one of the happiest nights of your life.
Yeah,
man.
it was incredible.
He was on the field. We were in the locker room. It was amazing. I mean, I'm a Yankee fan, but I'm there to be in the World Series winning team locker room where they're blowing champagne, and this guy's like a mascot for them. So they kept lifting him up. I was really upset because I had a good coat on that I had just had dry cleaned.
You were upset.
And I was upset.
Like,
I had champagne all over it. I'm not a fan of the Royals, so I was like, the coat, watch it, Mustakas, whatever.
See, now if it's a Yankees celebration, you don't care about the dry cleaning, right?
Watch it,
if it's
I don't
Yankees,
care. I'm not wearing probably not wearing the good coat.
Yeah. Oh, because I see.
Because I'm ready. Yeah. But I wasn't ready for that.
Well, I wasn't. We didn't know that was going to happen either. That just kind of people grabbed us. We were like, come on. And then next thing you know, we just kind of got swept up into the crowd.
Next thing you know, it's Cristal and Eric Hosmer, and it got.
And they're like kids. Like, that's the thing you don't really appreciate until you're right in front of them. They're like kids all of a sudden. They've just won the World Series, so you see these grown men acting like teenagers. Like, it's amazing. They're just like little kids. The ultimate dream has just happened. Sal Perez, it was like watching a little kid, like kids win the Little League World Series, but it was the World Series. It was amazing.
Bobby Cannavale and Paul Rudd here on the Rich Eisen Show. So how would that, Bobby, how would that moment compare to watching Charles Oakley get dragged out of Madison Square Garden?
I was there.
You were there.
Oh, you were?
Can you please walk me through?
And Aziz.
Walk me through. So you were there with...
I was with Chris and Aziz.
Chris
so
Rock?
two funny guys. Yeah. And it happened under the basket there where Dolan normally sits.
Yeah. And where are you?
And we were in the middle there, across from the bench. And it was surreal. I know that word's overused, but it was surreal to see Charles Oakley get carried out like that. It was weird.
Did you know something? Like, when did you
first... It took a while for us to figure out what was happening, and then I remember the Knicks were bringing the ball down, and then they stopped. I don't remember who had the ball, but he just stopped, and the whole team, the teams on the court...
Play stopped?
Stopped to see what was going on. I think everybody realized at the same time that it was Oak. And then it was... And then it was just the audience, the crowd was, every shot, like, it escalated. It was like, oh! It was like being in a wrestling match. It was wild. And then they carried him out, and the place went nuts. Couldn't believe it.
And then you watched the rest of the game? I mean...
Yeah, and then we spent the rest of the time talking about it. But, it was pretty wild. Like... It even shut Chris up, Chris usually has a joke for everything, and he was like, "Whoa, I don't know."
That's harsh.
Yeah, I got nothing. Yeah.
And Oakley handed his watch to somebody because he knew that he was not he was not going to spend the night at home. Like he handed his watch to somebody. He knew like this thing was going down.
It's so sad.
It was so sad.
So sad. I was just talking about the other day about the NBA in general, about how that's the last great era of the NBA. I think those '90s teams.
Yeah,
because Jordan. About how many great players there were. Right, there were so many. And I was talking about how it seems like LeBron has no competition in the East. It just feels like it's going to be the same two teams again. In the '90s, remember how many great players there were? It was Malone, and there was Olajuwon, and there was Clyde, and there was Jordan, and there was those Knicks teams. It felt like there were a lot more players.
David
Miller,
David
there was David Robinson. It feels like that era is not. I don't have it anymore.
Because we were talking about it the other day, that the number of teams and players that got denied by Jordan.
Yeah,
it wasn't just Ewing. It was Stockton and Malone, and it was Clyde.
Yeah,
and it was you could just keep going down the list of some of the Lakers teams, the Pistons at the time.
Yeah,
obviously were the last team.
The Seattle teams that were really good with
Sean Kemp,
Sean Kemp and Gary Payton.
Yeah,
yeah, and it just seemed like there were better teams or something back then.
Yeah,
and to see Oakley get pulled out like that just brought me back to those great teams. You can't believe seeing somebody from those teams get dragged out of the Garden just felt wrong, especially since it's New York City, and New York City hasn't had a great Knicks team since then. You'd think, they treat them a little better. You'd think.
Yeah. I mean, you'd
speaking
really
of getting treated better, how long has this show been on? Like 10, 11, 12 years? Still no hot food.
What do you mean?
Nowhere. There's no hot food in this place. I said it the first time I came.
What do you mean?
There's never any hot food
There's
here.
a taco bar
There's
right
a
over there.
taco bar right over there. Do you want to fix yourself something?
I had a souvlaki on the way because I knew there wasn't going to be any hot food.
Wait, hold on a second now.
Just saying.
Paul,
you're still here.
I'm thinking about maybe just going over to the taco bar.
Do you want a taco?
No, I had a souvlaki before I came over. Souvlaki, by the way, one of the great Knicks. He played right. Yeah, he was on that team. Allen Houston.
Good.
Yeah.
Souvlaki.
Frederick Weiss. The French pastry. Remember him? That was his nickname, the French pastry.
Reggie Miller
Who did we
destroying
pass up?
souvlaki.
We passed up somebody awesome.
Guys,
to
would you
pick
look
Fred
that up?
Do we
Weiss.
know what souvlaki is? I don't know what souvlaki is.
Who did we pick up?
Freaking
It's just chicken inside a pita.
Oh, okay.
It's like
Tomatoes
a
and yogurt.
It's a Greek taco.
Like a hero.
Taco.
Isn't there a king who makes them? Isn't there a souvlaki king here in town? No?
The souvlaki king?
Yeah.
By my house.
Huh?
I just went to Taverna by my house.
Oh, is that what you did?
Yeah.
Look at you, man.
Yeah. I knew better, though. Every time I come here, I'm
can't-
hungry and there's no food. Not that, by the way, you need to feed me. I don't know why.
By the way, excuse me, we'd be more than happy to feed you, Bobby.
I don't
I
want to say
was when I
You were
hosted.
so hungry with the hosting
Wasn't
day.
there last time? There might have been a crudité thing. There might have been some carrots.
Would you like some crude? What can I get you?
I'm good
Seriously.
now. Like I said, I ate.
Yeah.
By the way, the show's been on
What
two
do
and
you
a
have
half
coming up?
What do you got,
Oh,
Rod?
boy. Not much.
What are you doing right now?
I just finished a movie about a baseball player named Moe Berg. Whatever. It was
the
an
spy?
fascinating. Yeah,
The spy?
Yeah.
Are you
Spy.
playing Moe Berg?
Yeah. Which actually shot at Fenway about 2 weeks ago, which was incredible.
No kidding.
Yeah. Amazing. Amazing.
What was that like for you, Fenway Park? Did you
Well,
go
you
inside
just-
the wall or something like
Uh-huh.
that?
Yeah. It was, to be in any of those historic parks.
Yes.
And Fenway especially, you look around and it was incredible. Mm-hmm. And to think Moe Berg was standing right here. I was looking at pictures of him online and it's like, oh yeah, there are the beams. There's the the wall. And it's
marks of the ball.
That's the craziest thing, actually. I went over to the Green Monster, and I was really looking at it up close.
Yeah.
And the thing is loaded with dents of baseballs, and all the dents, you can see the imprint of baseballs and the stitching, and even the color, the red stitching, you can see on the
No
wall.
kidding.
It looks like it's been nailed by hailstones.
I've never been inside that wall or so close enough to it.
It's really cool.
No kidding.
Yeah.
What's it like to play a Jewish catcher, Paul? What was it like? Did you have to?
My yarmulke kept falling off. Jewish catcher.
No, did you reach out to Lieberthal for any sort of
Ironically, Paul
any
is a
sort of
Jewish
like
catcher.
did you
Reach
out to
yeah.
Lieberthal
Hey, I
for a little advice?
Now I know what Kevin Youkilis felt like. Standing there at Fenway, the smell of matzah in the air. There was it was amazing. It was truly
Had to be.
It was incredible. It was really I've never played anybody that was really lived either. You know, I've never actually played a person. And
Now, Paul Giamatti's in the cast, too?
Paul Giamatti's in the cast. Jeff
he
Daniels.
play?
He plays a guy named Gouchmit.
Player?
Okay.
No, he's a scientist.
This,
It's a weird, it's a science World War II baseball movie.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Did you ever talk to him about his dad or anything
I
like
did.
that?
Yeah.
Does he talk about his dad?
Yeah. It's Paul Giamatti is the greatest guy. I love working with that guy, and he's also the funniest person.
Is that right?
Yeah, people don't know that about him. He's hilarious.
Billions is incredible. Billions is one of my favorite shows that's on TV right now. I love it. It's fantastic. You haven't seen Billions, Bobby?
I just don't watch a lot of TV.
What do you mean you don't watch television?
I'm watching Feud right now.
Okay.
Is that
Feud.
weird? That Betty Davis, Joan Crawford thing?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's weird.
All right, I'm going to take a break. We're going to be
I
back
thought you meant Family Feud.
I'm gonna be back
I got
in-
all the Steve Harvey episodes on cue.
top 5 answers on the board. Here's your favorite Betty Davis FX.
Show me Korea. That's a Patton Oswalt joke.
We're here with Paul Rudd and Bobby Cannavale. Back in 60 ticks of the clock with these guys here in our New York show on an Emmy night in New York City. Sports Emmy. Yeah, I know.
Let's not get crazy.
Welcome back to the Rich Eisen Show.
That's my Hebrew name.
That's Paul Rudd. Bobby Cannavale is here as well. Now we were going through the list of Jewish catchers because you're playing Moe Berg.
That's right.
Who was a catcher? Which team was it? Was he the Tigers?
Well, he was on five. Yeah, he was on 5 different teams, but at the end of his career, it was really the Red Sox.
But he was a spy the whole time,
That's right. Well, not the whole time. When World War II.
When World War II hit. So
joined the OSS.
Other Jewish catchers you reached out to try and get ready for the role because that's your method of acting.
I have to. I have to contact all the Jewish catchers.
It was Lieberthal, Osmus,
Yep.
and then who's the last one you mentioned?
Yadier Molina.
Wow.
Yeah.
You could knock me over with a feather on that one, Paul.
He converted.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he converted.
From shortstop or
Yeah.
He converted from shortstop. He was a Jewish shortstop.
Yeah, he was.
Then he
Yeah,
became
yeah,
a Jewish catcher. And I said that was my Hebrew name. Actually, Yitzhak Yadier was my. That's the name on my bris certificate.
how about the Yankees, Bobby?
Woo!
Dude.
How about the Yankees?
Now,
No joke.
21-9 is, I mean,
How about winning in Cincinnati yesterday after that 18-inning thing?
Incredible.
And 10 runs.
10 runs. After there's only, I mentioned that before. You might have been making your way down or having a souvlaki.
Yeah.
But it's only the 4th time in Major League Baseball history somebody had an 18-inning game one night and scored 10 runs the next. They're doing everything that you can't expect. This guy, Aaron Judge.
He's a beast.
Last pick in our fantasy draft, me.
What do you mean?
That was the last pick in the draft.
Now, if I was not auto drafting, I would have taken him before.
So you guys are in a baseball fantasy league too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Football and baseball.
Football and baseball.
First year ever, I had to auto draft ever. I would make.
Because you were doing the Moe Berg movie?
I was Moe Berging.
The
I was
irony-
in Prague doing this, and I was playing
You wouldn't have picked
baseball
Aaron
for
Judge.
real as a
Nobody
fake
would've.
actor, as opposed to fantasy. I was doing fantasy baseball in a different kind of way.
So you're in your trailer,
Yeah,
they're
but
knocking on the door, and they're
Don't
like, I'm
ever auto draft. It was terrible.
I can't imagine
terrible.
auto drafting for baseball.
How about the way Aaron Judge looks at the plate with that bat? The bat looks like a toothpick.
It does look like a toothpick.
It's really weird looking. Like, I've never seen a position player that big before. Have you?
No.
6'8", almost 300
I don't know.
pounds?
He's like Randy Johnson size, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
but
he
he's
that?
Adam
thick.
Dunn?
He's like big.
Was Randy Johnson, what, was he 6'10"?
Yeah, but he was a
Yeah,
pitcher.
he was a
I mean,
pitcher.
Right.
Yeah.
He's him
I've never
and
seen
Frank
an
Thomas.
outfielder. Frank Thomas.
Frank
big
Frank
hurt.
Thomas,
Yeah,
but he wasn't that
But he
tall.
wasn't that tall. Like Dave Winfield was tall.
Right.
6'5", maybe.
Dave Winfield
Played
was huge, yeah.
basketball,
he's as
but-
big as Betances. I saw them like standing next to each other on the field at one point. He's
Bigger than Rob Gronkowski.
He's
Who
huge.
is Aaron Judge?
And he's
Yes.
got like the big face. He's got like the Murasan. You know what I mean? He's got like a
The
big,
Murasan?
huge face.
The nearest.
I mean, like, it's incredible. I love him. He's so good.
So what's the name of your fantasy baseball team? Is it safe for work?
Well, yeah,
What do
it
you
was.
say?
I'm so lax on it. It's the same one that I used last year. And it's just Kuntz, as from Rusty Kuntz, first base coach for
Is
the
there
Royals.
is there an exclamation point?
No, the only time I ever used an exclamation point was with my fantasy football team, and that was Dench.
That's right. For
With-
Judi Dench.
For Judi Dench, and that was the
And the
exclamation.
avatar was Dame Judi Dench.
That's right. It was like her headshot.
So what's your avatar? Is it Rusty Kuntz?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. It's just Kuntz.
Oh, pardon me.
Just Kuntz.
And Bobby, what's your fantasy team name?
I think I'm Gluck with that.
Your what?
You think. You never change it every year.
It's Gluck with that. Good luck with that.
Oh, so it's Gluck
G
with that?
apostrophe luck with that.
Great
It's one
name.
word. Good luck with that.
So you're
Great.
sitting there
Great.
in round what round is it? Like round 12, 15
well, I
or
was
whatever?
everybody's turned the channel, by the way.
No, they're not.
I was the last
they
pick in
turned
the
it a
draft.
long time ago.
I was the last pick. I had the last pick of the draft. Terrible, but you get the 2 picks on the snake on
Yeah.
the way back. But the very last pick in the draft, after 15 rounds, was Aaron Judge. He was Mr. Irrelevant in our draft.
Good.
Hasn't
Good
sat
pick.
the bench since week 1.
Excuse me. He's Mr.
Whoa.
Way relevant.
Well, he's
You
Mr.
know what I mean?
May right now.
He's-
Let's be honest.
Well, that was.
He's
so
unreal.
far. Let's hope he
I remember when George called Winfield,
Winfield Mr. May.
That was
Remember
bad news. Did you remember that, Paul Rudd? When
No.
Winfield
Pretty funny.
when Winfield and Steinbrenner were going at it,
Right.
which led to Steinbrenner
Mr.
having
They called
a
him Mr. May.
with
That's
Howard
what he
Spirit.
had, Howard
Yeah.
Spirit.
Yeah, he got somebody to try and dig up dirt on Winfield. Could you imagine if that happened now? That an owner in any sport hired somebody to dig up dirt on their big time right fielder or
Yeah.
quarterback.
Former power forward.
Think about it. That actually happened here in this town.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Although, is it hard to believe that could happen now? Really, because it feels like that happens. It's happening in the government.
In the government.
So why wouldn't it happen in baseball?
Yeah. Who did you take in your fantasy government league? Who'd you take in that one? Who'd you got?
Sally Yates. I thought that was
Yeah,
a good
Sally
move.
was a good
and-
move.
Yeah.
I really messed up. I was psyched because I got Al Franken,
Oh.
which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I took in with my last pick, Janet Napolitano, and I didn't even realize
She's not
even in the league anymore.
Well, just with my fantasy luck, I would have taken Mike Flynn, and then he'd have been gone for the rest of the whole
Yeah, yeah.
administration.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
It'd have been ugly. That's just the way my fantasy luck goes.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
How long have you guys been in a fantasy league together? How long has this been going on?
How many years?
How many is
I don't know, a long time.
12 years?
Years.
15
How long has
years?
this show been on? Seriously.
2.5 years.
That's it?
Yeah, it was 2.5 years, two Decembers ago that you sat in.
Yeah, Bobby,
for
you
one-
hosted like week 5.
Yeah,
of the
you were
show.
like really early on.
It was, huh?
Yeah,
Really early.
yeah, really early on.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's so now with
And you were on the first one, Paul. You phoned in from the
phoned
set
in.
of Ant-Man.
Phoned
That's
in
right.
ours too. I had Joey on the show. I kept him on
Yeah.
because I was nervous.
Who,
So-
the
I phoned in.
Trulio.
I phoned in for.
Yeah.
I'm like Trump. I'll never ever say that word again.
Rich and
that
Friends.
sentence.
You watch Rich and Friends all the time.
So what's your category for the sports?
Best studio show daily.
Outstanding.
Is that what it is?
Outstanding.
Who's your
Outstanding.
competition?
PTI, pardon the interruption. Well, I mean, it's a good show.
Yeah, yeah.
Then there's 2 NFL Network shows, not to be awkward or not. The show that I helped form and found in NFL Total Access, and Good Morning Football.
Good Morning Football.
is up, and then MLB Tonight on the MLB Network. If you guys watch the MLB
Yeah.
Network, I'm sure you do.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm up against tonight. That's what I got going on. You know,
Where's the ceremony?
it is? Where is it? It's in the Time Warner Building in Columbus Circle. Do you want to come by?
At Jazz at Lincoln Center?
Yeah. Stop by.
The Rangers are on tonight. Big Ranger game.
Are you going to be? Are
Huge Ranger
you
game.
locked into that?
I'm going to watch it.
What if we bring you hot food? What if we bring you hot food?
Get a
Don't tease me.
What if they put a souvlaki in you?
Hey now.
Hey now.
So, Last Rudd and Cannavale, the Twitter poll question
Okay.
there.
We have several poll questions
a
going
few out
today.
there
Which
that-
one would you like first?
Well, let's do the golf one.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you guys
Okay.
play golf? I've never played golf with you guys, but
I don't play golf.
all right.
okay.
Played
it's-
once with Richard Kind.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was horrible. He's really good. And all
I
he
know
does is
he's really
complain
good.
about how bad you are. the
That
entire
he's
time.
upset
Not
that he's playing
fun.
with you?
Yeah, he's upset he's playing with you. He's invited you, and then he's upset that you're not good. And he tells you all day.
That is
Makes
the
sense.
worst.
That makes
By the way,
sense.
that
I
is
told him
the
I wasn't very
worst.
good.
Yeah.
You're terrible. You're horrible. I don't know why I invited you.
Yeah, that's what he does.
No, he doesn't say that.
He
Come
does.
on.
He does.
Ask him
Okay.
anyway.
All right, you're playing the par 3 course at Augusta, right, where
right.
the Masters is. You hit your first shot in the water. You hit your second shot in the water. Your third shot goes in the hole
For a 5.
for a 5. But
Double bogey.
would you tell people you got a hole in one?
Yes.
Thank you.
100%.
I absolutely would.
Thank you, Paul
Thank you.
Rudd.
Thank you
on,
for being honest.
Paul.
Thank you, Paul Rudd. Honest man.
You really would go around saying I got a hole in one, even though it's your third shot?
Yeah, but so you par for the hole, right?
No, you're
Or
double
you're double bogey because
Yeah.
you lose because of the water.
Yes,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Now,
Who cares? You hit it in one shot.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you.
and you're on a par 3 course, so nobody really cares. par 3 course.
Part 3, yeah.
Right?
By the way, on when I was playing Tiger Woods on the
on the-
PlayStation,
Yeah.
I hit a few hole-in-ones on some par 3s.
There you go. Ladies and
Saying,
gentlemen.
saying.
Ladies and gentlemen. It's,
So I know what I'm talking
And
about.
there was a moment where I was a nationally ranked Golden Tee player.
what do you mean?
Do you know what
Is that
Golden
the-
Tee?
this is-
Yes, Golden Tee.
Remember how like I would play it all the time?
You were nationally ranked?
I was nationally ranked. I mean, I think I was
Come on.
because I remember I played.
What do you mean?
I remember I played with the guys on like a Thursday, and then I went to Miami and I played in another one there, and my name was up there too. And I was like, "Holy crap! I'm nationally ranked."
You were nationally ranked. I think I was. I think I was nationally ranked in Golden Tee. That's something you know or you don't know.
Now, did you always put your initials in? What was it, like?
BC.
BC?
Yeah.
I always put in JEW.
Really?
I did. Just as like, hey, you know who is here. Let's not forget. I would put in JEW.
Wow, Moe
whenever
Berg.
I was up there. Moe
Yadier
Berg-
Molina playing Golden Tee.
No, but I always did the John Elway football, the video game. There was a John Elway football machine, and also Tyson's Punch Out
I love Tyson's Punch Out.
with
Hey.
the Glass Joe. Remember Glass Joe?
Yeah.
Did you
Mike
ever-
Tyson's Punch Out.
Did you ever, on the spinning thing, though, get your hand caught in the
It's no good.
pinch,
Oh, yeah.
the little pinch
Yeah,
of the...
the
I
pin,
have.
yeah,
Well,
the-
you were nationally ranked. Schmucks like us. You would sometimes get our hands
Oh,
caught
you-
on
you
this
could-
on the wheel.
Yeah, I got pinched.
On the ball.
On the
Love that game.
on the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
I love that game.
You're a big
I wanna get
backspin
famous
guy?
enough that I talk about it enough that the guy who makes it sends one to me because they're really expensive. I've looked into it.
Well, there's a chance he's watching. This is nominated for an Emmy. Sports Emmy. Sports Emmy.
Come on now.
Oh, Rich.
Wait, Bobby, you have 2 Emmys. Where are they?
Yeah.
My mom's house.
Are they really?
Yeah, I don't have them in my house.
Why?
I don't know.
You give them your
I don't
mom?
need to look at that every day. I give them to my mom. She really loves them, and she takes them to work and stuff sometimes.
Right.
She's like, that's
do
way
you mean
more
she
than I
takes
would
them to
enjoy.
work? What do
Yeah,
you
she works in a hospital, so it's like a big deal for her to bring it to work and be like, it's my son's Emmy. So that's nice.
And you got one for Will and Grace.
Yes.
You were wonderful.
Chip Rossetti.
And then the other one was
Chip
for Chip
Rossetti.
Rossetti. Yeah.
Boardwalk Empire.
Or as Chris Rock calls him, Chip Rossetti.
Is that really?
Yeah, I correct him all the time. It's like he can't hear me. He just calls him Chip. I'm like, it's not Chip,
cannot
bro.
believe-
Chip.
GYP.
Yeah, Chip doesn't work for that character.
All right, so you guys are in fantasy baseball and fantasy football together, Bobby Cannavale and Paul Rudd. I cannot believe you watched Charles Oakley get dragged out of Madison Square Garden with your own 2 eyes, Bobby. I mean, I could not.
Spike Lee was there. He couldn't believe it
Did
either.
everyone just like it during
Wait
the
a minute,
timeout?
Spike Lee was there?
Boo, boo.
It's nice.
That next thing you're gonna tell me Jack Nicholson was at the Lakers game.
McEnroe was there. I know he was
McEnroe, I
right
think,
there.
was
Woody-
next. I
He was
think
like practically in Oakley's lap.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
Woody Allen there?
He was not.
I don't know why that's funny.
John Lithgow was
He
John
was.
there.
Steve Earle was there. I saw Steve Earle.
Okay.
really?
He's
This,
season tickets.
this is the new Madison Square Garden.
Leon was there, the actor.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, he was there.
What about
Bob Costas, told you.
Costas. Now,
Oh, yeah, you gotta
now,
tell
Can you tell this
Not
story?
feeling me.
You got to tell the Costas
Tell the story.
When I was like 21 years old, I went to the what was it? The Heisman Trophy.
At the Downtown Athletic Club?
Yeah, I managed to get invited. Like I had an extra ticket, or somebody gave me a ticket, and I went to the thing. And I went to the bathroom, and Bob Costas was in the next urinal, and I was like 21, so this was 1990, 91. And I said, and I was peeing, and I went, I just wanted to say I'm a big fan of yours. And he went, don't you know the rule? You're not supposed to talk when you're in the urinal. And I was like, oh, God, I didn't. So that's how I learned the rule. Anyway, I saw him at the Knicks game. I was at the Knicks game, and I never met him before since then. And I said to him, hey, Mr. Costas, Bobby Cannavale, I just wanted to introduce myself and say, when I was 21, I told him the story, and he went, doesn't sound like something I'd say. Shut me down. Just complete shoot down. And
twice? Well, he was also sitting on the toilet when you told him the second time. He was.
The next.
He was.
Yeah, so.
He was. Yeah. He's like, hey,
So what did you?
and shut the door, dude. I don't care that you have 2 Emmys. Chip. Shut the door, Chip. Go.
So did you tell
Did you have a
him that
souvlaki?
that was not your recollection? That was not your
didn't, because
recollection.
I told you I had like in my head I was screaming at him, so I thought, let me back away. Because
Well, Bob Costas is on the show tomorrow, so we'll ask him
Oh,
Do you want to call
about
in?
this.
he's gonna probably.
Come on the show. Tell him the story for the 3rd time.
could be the charm.
Watch him shut you down
And I will ask Bob.
on the Emmy-nominated Rich Eisen
Yes,
show.
correct. It could be
Emmy
Emmy
winning
It could
by
be
tomorrow.
But it could be by tomorrow. You know what I mean?
That's right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Bob Bob will definitely know off the top of his head other Jewish catchers off the top
Yeah,
of his
of
head.
course.
Will for
He
sure.
would definitely know.
Absolutely.
And might dispute Yadier Melita's Judaism, but we all know deep down.
Bob Boone, was he Jewish?
I don't
No.
think so. Ray Fosse? Was Ray Fosse a member of the tribe? Could be.
I don't know.
Could be that. Maybe you could do it, the Ray Fosse story.
The Ray Fosse
Is
story.
Diane Fosse Jewish?
Diane Fosse was not Jewish. Bob Fosse, however, was he
worked with a lot of
he worked with a ton of Jews. Oh, he was. You talk about master of none. He was master of working with Jews.
Hey, speaking of just Master of None,
Master and commander
Season
of working
2,
with the Jews.
With Aziz Ansari and Bobby Cannavale. When do we see the Moe Berg? Is it called the Moe Berg story?
It's called. It was based on a book called The Catcher Was a Spy. That's
Yes.
what it is now. We'll see if that.
The Catcher Was a Spy.
The Catcher Was a Spy was a book written by a guy named Nick Davidoff.
Okay.
And he's a fascinating figure.
It is.
Moe Berg.
I-
Unbelievable.
I knew exactly who it was
Yeah.
as soon as you said the name. I didn't know that you were in
It's been
Fenwick
interesting. A lot of people do not know about him, but
Was he a very good baseball player?
he was like he played for about 15 seasons. He was a good defensive catcher, but like a lifetime 240 hitter.
Yeah, right.
I think it was Whitey Herzog or something. He said something like he spoke 12 languages. He was known as the smartest man in baseball. And,
There you go.
and he said, he speaks 12 languages, and he can't hit in any of them. That was, I think, the quote.
Ladies and gentlemen.
6 career home runs for Moe Berg
There you go. Moe Berg,
6 career home
a.k.a.
runs.
Paul Rudd.
in 15 seasons.
Thanks for coming
15 was
on.
15
Next
seasons,
time,
right,
I
right.
promise you, don't eat before you come here. Seriously.
Really?
Really, Bobby.
Just go have a taco.
Really?
Go,
Please, I'm
I want to
begging
see.
you.
I want to see. I want to see you have one.
And by the way, speaking of going to the bathroom, stay tuned for the television audience. When we come back, we have a video for Paul Rudd to show here on the Rich Eisen show. That's called a tease. Bobby Cannavale and Paul Rudd when we come back.
Say that's called tipping the hat.
All right, welcome back to the Rich Eisen show. Bobby, this is a video that Paul Rudd kindly made to pay tribute on a night that I won an award in the Super Bowl. And the good folks at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital would not show it to the room.
There's a big room, right?
It's a big room. Take a look.
Hey, Rich. Congratulations on this amazing achievement. You deserve it. Sportscaster of the Year. Well done, man. I just gotta say, you make my sporting life so much more enjoyable, and my own personal life better just for being a part of it and for being who you are. I don't mean to sound corny. I mean it truly, from the bottom of my heart. You're a You're a great guy, and I love you. Well done. And congratulations. Way to go, buddy.
The commitment. Wow.
They wouldn't show that at a charity event for St. Jude's. I don't understand why.
Really touched. Now, was that real?
Oh yeah, that was absolutely real. It would have been too hard to fake the little, like the last couple of the shake. The last couple of spurts.
Good to the last drop.
That's right.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.
If you like that, download our app. Please, just if it's a memory thing, just delete other apps. You don't need those apps. This app, the Rich Eisen Show app, you need that.